Hallo iedereen en welkom bij de Vereniging, de podcast van Cercle Brugge, jullie favoriete ploeg uit de Jupiler Pro League. Hier bespreken we wat er gebeurt op en naast het veld.
Bereikbaar en het doelpunt van Bruninho.
En een zekere thuiszege voor Cercle Brugge.
Vandaag ontvangen Pablo en ik niemand minder dan Ferdinand Feldhofer. Ferdinand heeft zijn start bij Cercle helemaal niet gemist. Hij is sinds 1961 de eerste coach die de eerste 5 competitiewedstrijden ongeslagen bleef. Welkom, Ferdinand.
Welcome, thank you.
Did you understand what I said?
No. Only
will explain later.
the eerste coach, the first coach.
Yes.
The eerste is also in German. Yes.
Eerste, ja. First coach.
But I'm sure not the eerste Austrian. So
It was quite.
what happens?
It was quite positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Didn't you read it since 1961?
Oh, I read it.
You
yes.
are the
They
first
told me.
coach
You
that
told me. Yeah.
won
Yeah.
his first games at Cercle, 5 first games. So congrats for that already.
Thank you very much. It's also good for everybody, I think. So
Of course.
not only for me. That's
We are really happy
it's
with
a
that.
nice story.
Welkom Pablo.
Dank u. Hij ook.
Dank u wel. Ferdinand, to begin with, we want to know who is your favorite coach of all time?
I think Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti is I read his book and I followed him around already many years. Also as a player, was already interesting, and then his relationship with the big stars and also with the young players are always working, and this is really impressive. And he creates an environment for the players that what they love, and they show it, because otherwise it's not possible to take so much titles and successes. And yes, he knows, or obviously he finds always the right way to get in touch and to motivate the guys, and this is really interesting for me.
You are the third Austrian coach of Cercle Brugge in a row. Is there something in the water there? Because especially for Cercle, because Austrian coaches are doing well here at Cercle.
I think there's a reason behind it. Our league in Austria is really similar to the Belgium league.
Yeah.
It's really intensive physically, and yes, the Austrian coaches developed in the last 10 years, 15 years very well. So, for example, we have also Adi Hütter in Monaco, or already in the Premier League, Glasner at Crystal Palace, and also in the German Bundesliga we have had already some good coaches from Austria, and we're still improving, and I think the main reason now here in Belgium is that our style, Austrian style, is really intensive, and we love also to press and play a fast football, and I think this is the reason.
Yeah. So the leagues are very similar. You told us that you were already watching Cercle for a few years, following our progress. Could you explain us why you did that?
It's really easy. I had already contact a few years ago, and since then I followed, and I recognized the development of the club, how professional they got, and I liked it. So, and last year you did a big job. Come international, play now international, and still we are international. I like this very much, and yes, since then I'm following, and I always was in contact with some peoples, and this was the reason that I came here in one day.
Yes.
Around one day, plus minus 1 hour, maybe.
Yeah, that's true, because let's talk about the 10th of December. That's the day that you arrived. When did you know that you would become the head coach of Cercle Brugge?
Oh, when I signed.
The 10th, so.
Oh, I learned before you didn't sign the contract is for nothing. So one day before, they called me that they decided to they want to bring me, and then there was something to do behind, find solution with my former club, and also my contract and other topics, and yes, but I think that it was really easy to make a decision from my side, because first they called me, and then for me it was clear I will make this step, because I knew so much already about this club, and I like the philosophy, I like the approach, how they develop young players, and it fits perfect to me, and so it's a really good match, I think.
So you heard it, and then you packed your bags in Georgia, yes, huh? And then you...
I was already in Austria. Okay. I arrived in the morning on Monday, on the 9th, and then they called me at around 10:30, and they said it's possible to arrive next day morning. And then I washed my clothes and packed again, and then I came here.
And then you arrived here. The moment you arrived, there wasn't a lot of time because in December we still had 5 games to play. You managed not to have lost one of those. What was the first thing that you do to make this impact that you had?
I analyzed the games more in detail, obviously, and I tried to bring back the quality as fast as possible, what the players are able to play. And they lost it a little bit in the past, and I tried to give them confidence. Of course, a lot of communication, but not only with the players, also with my new staff. It was really demanding, to be honest. But without the staff and without the team behind, it's not possible to get as fast as possible back on the successful street, and so again, I'm really, really happy with my staff at the moment, and they helped me, and they gave me a big support to join as fast as possible.
Yeah, the circumstances weren't very ideal when you arrived, sportive-wise, but also a lot of people knew the foreign coach and they were a bit disappointed to see him leave. Was it a difficult component to take into account?
No, not for me. I think it's always a demanding story if you take the charge during the season of a new team. And yes, most of the time something happens if a new coach arrives, and this happens in the past. So my focus was clear in the future, and so didn't think about it. I had no time, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because I had no time.
Yeah, the mental aspect is also very, very important, as you said. We were ranked 15th at the time that you arrived. I suppose that's also something, that a trend that you needed to change really quickly. Is there something that you said, or did you really think about it? Okay, guys, is it because they changed coach, or did you think about that when you arrived?
No. The most important thing, I tried to give them confidence. That's it. And we have a lot of talented players, and if they start to think as one unit, as a swarm, then you will win games. It's only a question about the time. And my job was clear when I arrived. I have to come out as fast as possible with the team from this position. Yes, we did it now in a good way, but the job is still not finished. So we have to go on. We have to take another points as fast as possible, that we can enjoy also in March our international games, because otherwise it will be really busy and every 3-4 days games. So I think everybody is aware about our situation, the players, the staff around, the supporters, and yes, we are in a good way, but still the job is not done.
Next to giving the players confidence, you also need to create a connection with them. Did you do something specific when you arrived to make sure with your staff and players that you quickly created a connection, except of giving them confidence?
I tried as fast as possible to get the connection, to get in touch with the players. This was also the reason that we decided I will be already on the line in Slovenia.
Yeah.
Because I arrived on Thursday, Wednesday we went to Slovenia.
Yeah, that's true.
And for me it was necessary to collect as fast as possible the impressions, the attitude of the players, the behaviors, and to get more information also behind, outside the field, and then you can reach, and then you can decide better for the future what's going on and what will be the next solutions. And this was my task.
Yeah. What do you remember about the game in Slovenia?
Oh, I was surprised that we scored 4 goals.
Yes.
To be honest, because Ljubljana was before is still a really strong team. I think they didn't concede 1 or 2 goals in the whole Conference League,
Yeah.
and so it was a really brilliant start for me, and I enjoyed it. Clear, it was also close to my hometown, and my wife and my 2 daughters were there, and after we met us in the hotel, and we couldn't believe how fast everything was going, and yeah, that's football. That's football, and it was a really positive moment in my career.
Yeah.
You told us that it was the first time you had 2 press conferences in one day.
Yes, that's true. That's true. In 2 different countries also, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's never too late.
But it was a quite exhausting period, I suppose, with a lot of games in December. Then you had finally 5 or 6 days free.
Oh, yeah.
What's the first thing that you do then as a coach? Is returning immediately back to the family, or?
Yeah, next day morning I went back to Austria. It was a good story because I didn't see them also many weeks before, and it was necessary for me also to get more power, or the power back. But to be honest, it was impossible to enjoy only these days, because I analyzed my first impressions. I recognized some things. I planned already the next steps. Tried to plan, and then we started again. I think 6 days later. So yes, it wasn't easy, but I enjoyed the hours at home. But most of the time, my thoughts were in Belgium.
Mm-hmm. So, and after the break, the players came back. Did you had the feeling that they also enjoyed the days off? Or
yeah. I think, I'm not sure, but they played already 32 games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is normal the whole season.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's clear that they're already tired, maybe not physically, but if you're in your mind tired, you cannot change. And so it was the most important thing that they have off 4, 5, 6 days completely off. And then they came back and they were ready again. And we started with a meeting. We planned some things together to what is necessary to reach our goals as fast as possible, and everybody agreed, and still we are working on that plan to keep the focus and collect the points.
It was not difficult to to motivate them, or they were still motivated when they came back?
They are really, really motivated guys, and they want to improve every day, every second, and it's really easy for us as coaches to help them and to improve them.
You told us about Ancelotti. Do you have some special things to help them, for example, mentally, or to keep them, how do I say, fresh in the mind? Or
I try to give my experience as a player or as a coach, what I collected to the players, and I think I would be happy if a former coach of mine gave me this experience already when I was 18, 19, 20.
Okay.
So this would be helpful for me at this moment. But I tried them also to improve on the field and tactical skills, physically, and because it's all together, it's necessary, and yes, I think it's important that the players know, or everybody in the team knows, that they can call me or contact me every time, and we will always will find a solution together.
So you picked some stuff also from coaches you had as a player, or you weren't busy with that as a player?
What do you mean now?
So as a player, you had several coaches.
Yeah.
Did you learn a lot?
Yeah. I think you can learn from every person.
Yeah.
Positive, negative things. It doesn't matter, but you have to choose the important things for you or yourself. And clear, I had, I think, 15, 20 professional coaches.
Okay.
So it was an interesting time. Yeah.
You had already
from the other side. And also national and international games, and so there you can collect a lot of experience.
And supporters are also joining the story because they already sung The Hand of Ferdinand. I don't know if you are aware of it, if you are around the field.
The song. The hand
How
of...
is the song? Sing for me.
Come on, Pablo.
Het is de hand van Ferdinand.
Really?
Yeah.
It is the hand. Do you understand what it means?
I think so,
Yeah. Okay.
I think so. Yeah, thank you. But I think it's not only my hand.
Yeah.
So if we are acting as a team, then we can be successful. Alone, you have no chance.
As you mentioned, you have experience with domestic and a European competition in one season. What is the first thing, or what are the things that you already give us tips or shared your experience with the player as a player who already did that?
No, I think it's really demanding to play every 3-4 days. For example, if you play first day in Ljubljana, absolute highlight game, and then you have to play on Sunday, for example, in Tenda or away game in bad circumstances or bad field or other things, then it's really, really, really difficult to bring the same performance as you did maybe 3 days before. And I recognize this already as a player, and I had the same situations also as a coach already. So yeah, you have to be creative and you have to find good solutions. Maybe you have to change some players or to change a little bit the tactic or other things to stay successful in both competitions.
Yeah, as you mentioned, you have experience as a player and as a coach in 2 leagues. Your career started at Sturm Graz in the academy.
I started earlier.
Yeah, of course.
I'm from the east of Styria.
Yeah.
It's east of Austria, and in Vorau, we have a
there.
big church and everything, and a beautiful region. And then I went to Bölla for 2 years, and after that, with 14, I went to the academy.
Yeah. And what were your, as a player, because now we are going to talk about you as a player, what were your competences? What were your, why did you became why did you become a player of Sturm Graz first team?
I think it's also necessary to have a lot of luck to be and to get a professional player, because if you are not performing or you are injured when the important guys are coming to watch or to scout, then it's over, it's done, And every day can change everything, and yes, I was, of course, lucky sometimes, but I was also really resilient, I think, and this is the most important thing, to get and to stay in this business. And I had a lot of injuries in my young career, and I don't know exactly the reasons, but we didn't have a nutritionist or a gym, so there were other topics more important. And I think resilience and to stay focused what you want, keep the direction of your goal. And yes, my other skills, I think I could play every position. I played also one time in the national team as a keeper for a few minutes. Yes.
At what age?
Oh, adults, A national team. Yes. In North Ireland, 3-3, clean sheet for me. Yeah. Some guys told me always I'm the only Austrian keeper who never conceded a goal. No, it was only 5 minutes, but no, I started as a 10, as a 9. Also already with 16 when I signed my first professional contract, and then every year or every month more back, and I ended as a center back, and there you have to read the game, you have to be strong, and yes, and you have to support your attacking players, and I think that fits to me.
Did you know as a young guy that you had the capacity to be a professional player, or?
It was always my goal.
Okay.
Always. To be honest, it was always my goal. And well, I have to say thank you to my parents that they supported me all the time, and it was also not easy. And yes, but I made every decision by myself, and they supported me, and I think this is the most important thing. Not otherwise that the parents wanted to live this dream with the son.
Yeah.
So,
was it difficult to enter as a young kid such a big club as Sturm Graz, because it is one of the biggest clubs in Austria?
No, I had 2-3 opportunities to go in an academy, and I chose Sturm Graz because I always watched the games, and I was a big fan at this time also from Sturm Graz. Yes.
You won a few really nice prizes with Sturm Graz. You also played UEFA Champions League. What is or are your best memories from that period as a player? The first time you played in the first team.
Champions League again.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. You hear the music. This.
Is it really that?
Yeah. Look.
Goosebumps.
Still. It's unbelievable feeling.
It's true.
Same the first time a national team. This is, if you hear the hymn, and it's unbelievable. And I was also very lucky because we had a really experienced team, and still the people are talking about this period. We took 2 times the champion in the league, and we played 3 times in a row Champions League. So for me, I was 18, 19, 20. For me, it was normal. Crazy, but it was normal to play Champions League. And Yes, a funny story. My first game, I started in Marseille.
Yeah.
In Marseille, I had a really experienced coach, former Yugoslavian national team coach, Ivan Osim, and he was unbelievable coach, to be honest. What he did with us and how he changed the style of our game, it was. We all now are children of him, to be honest, and many players of that period are already coaches or finished already the coach's career, and he convinced us in his style of football, and yes, but his leadership was a little bit strange in communication, and I didn't know it that I will start. I think 45 minutes before. I checked the list of the players, and I was a little bit disappointed because I was not on the bench. Because never before I started.
Yeah.
And I didn't check the first 11.
Oh my God.
and then a mate of mine came in the dressing room. He said, Ferdl, you will play. I said, come on, I was really angry and then show. Watch the list, and then oh my God, what is going on? And then coach came in before the warm up. He looked at me and said, "Now you have still time to go to toilet, but after it's too late." And this was my first starting experience
In the Champions League, in the Champions League, are there any players you played against that you remember? Or
that game, Ravanelli
was
my opponent.
Good one to start with.
Yeah, it was perfect. In Champions League, your opponent's always strong, and I think that the biggest challenge was against Manchester United.
Yeah.
At this time, they won the Champions League 99, I think, with York and Cole, Beckham, Keane, Schmeichel, and
Solskjaer.
and what was the score?
Solskjaer. Yeah. Oh, we lost at home 3-0, I think.
Okay.
And yes, away 2-1, but it was close. Was okay, but unbelievable how they played.
Yeah. It was with Alex Ferguson then.
Yeah.
As a coach then.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Jurgen Klopp.
Okay. After 30 minutes, he knows the answer.
Also, not bad.
Not bad.
You played also Europa League. You once told me a funny anecdote about the away game in Kazan.
Yeah.
Where you...
With Rapid.
Yeah.
What do you want to hear now?
Just the small anecdote, because it was... You lost 2-0 at home.
Yes.
And then you went to Kazan.
Yes.
In Russia, and then...
We won 3-0.
Yeah.
It was the wonder of Kazan.
Yeah.
And also our supporters came with us with the same plane, and then we couldn't start to come back to Austria, and
because the plane was not...
Yeah, something happens.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
Frozen.
And then
we
had nothing to eat, only to drink. And in Russia at this time, we had also no water. But
it was something else.
We were thinking we buy a bottle of water, 1.5 liter, but it was a little bit stronger, and it was interesting.
With the fans on the
ending,
the landing plane.
Yeah. No, that we stayed one night more, and that was a good story.
Yeah, funny story. You went from Sturm Graz to Rapid.
Yep.
Probably the biggest team in
Rapid. I think from the supporters, Sturm Graz and Rapid are the biggest, and Rapid, are the biggest club. From I think over 1 million supporters, and yes, I enjoyed. I played there 3.5 years, and we took the title again. And was brilliant time a lot of funny moments,
Mhm.
a lot of emotions, and yes, both clubs are in my heart, still in
Mhm.
my heart, to be honest.
Maybe about those two clubs, are there rival? Is there a big rivalry between them, or
Yes, but I think the revival is really respectful between the supporters,
Mhm.
and it's always a fantastic sound in the stadium, and they are really great how they support their teams, and yes, it's really good to play in front of the supporters of these teams.
you told us already? I didn't know the story about you as a goalkeeper, but you were also an Austrian international player
Mm-hmm.
for several games.
Mm-hmm.
You scored one goal also
Mm-hmm.
against Trinidad.
Trinidad
Very good.
Tobago, yeah.
How was it to be how is it, or was it, to be a player for your country? Is it also something very special?
Yeah.
When you receive the message?
Yes, it was really special, to be honest. Every game, it started with a crazy story. Our national team, we had to go to Israel, and it wasn't an easy time there.
Mhm.
Still, there is not an easy time. And some players decided to stay at home, and then they took the under 21 players, and one of them.
You?
Yes. and this was my first experience with the A team.
Mhm.
And then, yes, they changed the coach after few months later. And from that moment, I was a national team player, I think from 2002 till 2007.
Mhm.
And then I got the injury 1 year before the tournament, European
Yeah.
tournament in Austria. This was also a big goal for me to be there with Austria.
Mhm.
But the injury happens, and wasn't a nice moment, to be honest. It was
Yeah, it must be.
one of the moments you don't need,
Yeah,
but part of the game.
especially
you have to stand up and come back.
especially when it was really a possibility to, and it was indeed in Austria and Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah. And 2006, I played every game in the national team, so
Yeah.
there was a big chance.
Did you already knew as a player that you would become coach, or
No.
it wasn't the plan?
It wasn't the plan to be a professional coach. I made already my I license during my player's career, but at this moment wasn't clear that I will be a professional coach. So
You did something else after your career?
Yeah, I worked in a private company, software branch. Was a good experience. 2-3 years I did it, but to be honest, one time my wife said, "Please laugh again, start to laugh again, and take the opportunity
3 years.
to be a head coach." Yes. Yeah.
She
This
said
was a
that after 3
moment for
years.
me, a key moment, when I said, maybe she is right. Most of the time she's right, to be honest. Now I have to say this,
Yeah.
No.
I understand.
Yes, and then there was the time, okay, it was too much to work and to be a head coach.
Yeah.
And then I had to get a decision, and then I decided to be a head coach. And now I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the podcast.
Yeah.
Beside of Cercle, what were already the most beautiful moments for you as a coach? Or special moments, or
I'm really happy to meet or to see players with that I worked, I helped, and they having now a big career.
Okay.
This is one of the happiest moments for me. And as a team success, I think first was the first title with my first team when we promoted in the second league with Lafnitz. I was also sports director and head coach, and I planned this over 1.5 years altogether, and yes, this was really the first big step for me, for my confidence also to that I can do this, I can plan this, and yeah, this was a great moment. Then with Wolfsberger, of course, Europe League, that we reached the KO phase with when we beat 2 times Feyenoord. It was unbelievable with a small budget and with a way I liked it to play, to be honest. And then I came to Rapid Wien. I told you already, still is in my heart. And also this was a dream for me. And the next dream or the next wish was to work 1 time abroad as a head coach. And now it happens already 2 times. So
was the big difference to be a player of Rapid? Or is it more
Rapid
difficult
grew
as a
also
coach?
in that time between I was a player and I came back. And it wasn't a big difference, but it wasn't easy to live in Vienna or still in Austria, because then you are in every day in the newspaper and everybody knows you more than before, and it wasn't easy, to be honest.
Because you told us already, it's what in Rapid each day sort of press conference.
Yeah, not each day, but I had a lot of interviews every day. Yes.
And then your first time abroad, I'm maybe too curious, but how was Georgia as a country?
Beautiful. Not only the country, it's really similar to Austria. Only Austria, we have no sea. They have a sea, they have higher mountains, and polite people, helpful people. Tiflis, beautiful city. Please, if you have the chance to visit, go there. It's really nice, and the culture and the food. So I enjoyed it, to be honest. And Dynamo Tiflis is a really big club. And yes, it was not always easy to work there, but it was a big experience for me. First time abroad, alone, without my family. And yes, you find a lot of things, new things, and yes, it's always helpful.
You played against them as a player. Did you know that?
Yes, and I scored against them. Yes.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
And I scored against them. I think it was 2011. Also in
Europa.
UEFA.
Yeah.
And yes, we won at home 2-0. Away, I think 1-0 or 1-1.
1-1.
And yes.
Also the Europa League.
Yeah, also Europa League. Okay. No, I knew it already, and this relationship with Georgia started with Dynamo. I played at this time also with a Georgian mate.
Okay.
And then he went to be an agent, and so our connection started. And I brought to Wolfsberg already 2 players from Georgia, and yes. So
did they still remember your goal against them?
Yes, yeah.
Next to a football player and a coach, you are, of course, also a person who has hobbies and wants to have sometimes some free time. What are your hobbies? What are you doing in your free time or during holidays if you don't have to work?
I spend now my time with my family, if
Mhm.
it's possible. I like to read, and I like fly fishing. This is my biggest hobby, and during fly fishing, I can relax.
Mhm.
I come down, and to be in the nature and maybe in the water, in the rivers, it's really beautiful.
Could you explain to the listeners who don't know what it is?
Oh,
And maybe to me too.
it's a kind of fishing, so only special, maybe.
And
with
what's the difference between normal fishing and fly fishing then?
You're standing in the water normally?
Sometimes you're standing in the
Yeah.
water, different string you use, and
Mhm.
small things.
How did you?
Maybe the
when did you
attitude.
start?
Maybe the attitude is
Yes, the attitude.
of the fly fishers is different to other fishermen. I think this
So
is
no
maybe.
beers during fishing.
Oh, you have no time. It's more active
Yeah.
because you have to use both hands, and you are looking for the fishes where they are. Then you try to catch them there on their places, and it's different to other kinds of fishing.
And when did you start doing that? And how did you learn?
Practicing, and a friend of mine they told me maybe you have to try, and then I started, and since then I love it.
Can you fly fish here in Belgium? You already
No,
Googled it
no,
or not?
no. I had no time, to be honest.
We should. I will check that for you. And
Oh, this.
if you have a few hours free, you
I
might go
appreciate
there.
it, yeah.
I will check it for you.
Is
Thank you
football
very
the biggest sport in Austria?
Ski.
Or is it skiing? Yeah.
No, football, still football.
Because
you love to ski, or you told me.
Yeah.
No, I
Pablo,
I never did. I never did. No, I never
Nee.
did. No, I never did.
you already saw snow, or
Yeah, snow.
okay.
We had one
I
day.
saw already snow here in
Yeah,
Here,
one
yeah.
day.
So
Yeah.
Snow on the mountains.
snow,
no?
So-
rain, wind. I saw everything.
Yeah.
Belgium must be a tough country for you then, because over here you can't do your hobby, and then I don't know, can you ski in the Ardennes?
The south of Belgium, I think there
2
is a
days, 2
possibility.
days a year, or maybe
Yeah.
a week a year. No,
Mm.
no, yeah. To practice your hobbies, it must be tough. No, how do you relax then here?
Yeah.
Read. No.
No, it's to be honest, it's always a little bit busy as a head coach. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter where you work, and so I tried come down with a walk in the evening in the city to have a good dinner, maybe to choose a good restaurant, and
Yeah.
I enjoy. It's beautiful city, really fairy tale, and yeah. This is the way I come down every day.
Okay.
Or I try to come down.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Important.
Mm.
It's important.
How do you see you still have some games to play? How do you see the future? If it's not...
Nothing changed.
Okay.
Nothing changed. I think we have to collect the points.
Mhm.
Maybe best case Saturday, next 3 points, but I know it's not easy.
Mhm.
And I see already improvement in our team, in our behaviors, and we have to keep this way, and we have to stay grounded. This is the most important thing, and only togetherness is the key.
Mhm.
It sounds so easy, but
Yeah.
this is the truth.
But could you give an example of something that you think that Cercle improved in, that the team improved in, something that you see that has?
No,
We're doing better,
I for example, we had a lot of clean sheets the last time, and we didn't collect many goals, or not even we received many chances of the opponent, and I love to see how we are defending as a team. with this power and willingness, and this shows the character, and other things. This is the basic, and the other things are coming, I'm sure.
It's a really young team. Do they keep you young also, or did you already work with such a young team, or?
No. Last team in Georgia, Dynamo, I had, for example, a 15-year-old player.
Okay.
No, so I'm used to have a young squad. But it doesn't matter if they are young or old. For me, it's how good they are, how talented they are, and how they want to improve. And they have to show me the willingness to come with me and to come with the team. And this is the most important thing.
Okay. Do you as a coach still thinking about the next game, or are you already looking further to other games? For example,
I'm looking further to the next game all the time. It's not. It's the past learned me. It's impossible to plan longer time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With goals or other games, it's impossible because every day something happens and you have to change all the time the plans. So keep the focus always on the next day, next game. This is really helpful.
And hopefully, grabbing some points so that we can
go fully.
Enjoying our next European games. Do you have an opponent preference, or
no? I don't have. But if we are now collecting the points, what we need, that we are in a safe area, and we can go fully in the Europe games. Of course, we want to win, and we want to reach the next round. Why not? We are already under the last 16, so it's not so far to the final.
But no preference in country, for example,
no.
Ireland or Poland.
No. We have to deal with that team which will come, and in these KO games everything can happen, and so close now in international games that it's really tough, and one moment can change everything, and so it's also, I try to think always positive, and so it's also positive. It's also possible that we can reach the next round, the next round, the next round, and we will see.
Do you have a specific strategy to manage those busy weeks when there are 3 games in a week?
As we spoke already, I have already this experience with this schedule. Yes, I have maybe some small things to adapt, which would be helpful, but nothing special.
It's a secret.
Do you have an opponent?
Yeah, I would love to go to Dublin.
Dublin?
Yeah, really.
Why?
I love Dublin.
Okay.
You visited already Dublin?
Yes, I already been there a few times. I had family who lived in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Me too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Allee, oei.
More,
I hope we aren't brothers and sisters. Yeah, really.
It's more...
not in Dublin.
No, not in Dublin. No.
Yeah, for me, my parents, they went on their honeymoon in Ireland. And so they visited, and when we were 12, I was 12, we visited all of Ireland. And so we visited the family in Dublin too.
Yeah.
Dingle. It was Dingle.
Dingle.
Very beautiful. I had a vacation. Very beautiful.
You know that there is no time to visit the city or the country for the team and the stuff. For you, maybe.
Yes, we
for
can.
For you, maybe.
For her, yeah.
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 I can. No. But yes, Dublin. And you? Would you prefer which team?
Yeah, Ireland maybe too. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the fans also.
Yeah.
Easier to
Get there.
yeah.
Then it's clear.
Ryanair. Ryanair.
Yes. So normally we have a quiz now, but as you are our only guest today, it's a bit difficult to have a quiz, and I don't know a thing about the Austrian competition. So I just have one question for you. What do you think the score will be on Saturday of Cercle against Standard? Or do you don't do it?
I don't do it. I never
Bad
did it.
luck?
And no, I think so.
Yes? Ah. Yeah, there
I
are a
think
few
so.
people in football who...
No, I never did it, and I don't want it to start now. But
How's the feeling?
I have a good feeling. We're on a good way. We
Yeah.
spoke already about this, but nobody take care of the past in football. What happens yesterday, nobody cares.
Yeah.
So we have to show it again every game day, every training session that we are ready, and if we keep this mentality, this attitude, then we will hopefully play again successful.
Yeah.
And especially at home in front of our supporters, I like it very much, to be honest. And there's a good feeling around, and we are together, and this gives us power, and this will help us again.
Did you already meet some fans in the
Yeah.
in the city center?
Yes.
Yeah, did people come to you and
Yes, happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
at the moment you are still at the hotel?
Yeah,
Yeah. So you are trying out a lot of restaurants, I suppose.
that's true.
Do you already have a favorite?
A lot of favorites.
Yeah?
To be honest, a lot
Yes?
of favorites, yes.
I had, because 6 weeks, almost every day a restaurant. A lot of
Yeah,
restaurants.
not every day, but sometimes. No.
Yeah, so a lot of favorites. And where are you going to eat tonight?
A good question.
Yeah, you don't know it yet?
I will start with a walk again, and then
yeah.
I will choose.
Okay. Thank you, Ferdinand, for this nice talk, for this podcast. Thank you, Pablo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was really, really interesting. Thanks. We are ready for...
For me,
yes, no?
was not. No. You didn't tell me so much, so...
Yeah, that's true. We just talked about you. It wasn't a real
Next time,
conversation.
we'll
Next time.
change the position.
Yeah, we will. Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But thank you. Bedankt voor het luisteren en tot de volgende keer. Leven Cercle.